My name is Ivan Lendl, known as DJ Ivan. I represent Hyderabad Proximity Crew. Been in the scene for like 9 years now. I started as a b-boy, a dancer. Actually, I started as a popper. In 2011 was my first battle which I won. Not the title, but the battle. So, but I had no knowledge about popping. Then we had a workshop with Gonza. There we learned what is hip hop all about, what is breaking, what are the different styles and all that. So once we got the foundation, that is the knowledge, we started choosing our styles. So the first style what we selected was breaking. Though we have love for locking, popping, whacking, and housing came later. Though we had knowledge of all this, we selected breaking because breaking was the only dance form which was missing in Hyderabad, and that was the dance form which attracted us more. So when we started breaking, we continued for 2 years. We went for events, we learned, because it's always learning. We learned. Finally, we ended up deciding to do a event which is called Blame It on the Boogie. So you guys, everybody knows what is Blame It on the Boogie in India. So in Blame It on the Boogie, what happened is randomly we decided, we were 8 to 9 members in the crew. Randomly we decided who does what. So we delegated all the work to everybody. The last work missing was to play a song. I mean, we have to play music for the battles. So at the end, what happened, they decided, okay Ivan, since you are free, you start playing. So that's how I got into DJing. The credits goes to my crew, Proximity Crew. See, Blame It on the Boogie, if you see, you ask any artist, what is Blame It on the Boogie, and who is the plug for Blame It on the Boogie? They'll tell the DJ, because I work my ass off for Blame It on the Boogie. So what I do is, normally when I play for Blame It on the Boogie, I dig songs, because during that point of time I had very less amount of time, so I had to invest time in a very balancing way, because I also was a dancer, I was a b-boy, so I had to give time here and there. So what I did was, Blame It on the Boogie event ko I used to prepare, or rather dig songs, prepare track list, and the same track list I used to run whole year in all the other events. But I used to run it in a different way. For example, if I started from A to Z, in the next event I do it from Z to A, something like that. So Blame It on the Boogie is one of my biggest achievement, and it's still on. With God's grace, it will go on. And other than that, any other international artist who flies down to India to judge, let it be any corner of the city, they ask me to come and play. So that is another biggest achievement, because people believe in my music, they like my music, and the first chance what I got to play as a DJ outside Hyderabad was in Bangalore, and it was Freeze. Nasser, who is famous now, the Jord Indian guy, but Nasser, he was not famous back then. He was a b-boy, and he was a good b-boy. So Black Ice Crew is one of the dopest crew right now. So Nasser was the one who contacted me, and I played for Nasser. And guess what? Who was the judge? Storm. He is another legend. It was a dream to actually meet him. But if you see, I was playing for the jam and Storm was listening to my music. That is another achievement for me. So basically, underground DJs, they don't earn much. We don't expect much because we know this is just for to increase or to give knowledge to the dancers, because we have many dope dancers in our city and in our country. These, they don't get down. There is a jam happening, they don't get down because they say, we've heard this music, bro. We want to get down to fresh music. We want to learn, we want, a DJ should challenge the underground dancers. So that's what I thought. So all these dancers all over the country, bro. Let it be Mumbai, Chennai, Shillong, Darjeeling, you name it. They told me, bro, your music is really fresh. Keep digging, keep doing your thing. So that inspires me a lot, and that is another achievement for me. Turntables are the main thing of the hip hop DJ. So I contacted all the underground DJs. There were Astik, who was playing on turntables. There was Funny, who was playing on turntables. And obviously we have Yuri from Mumbai, who plays for turntables, but he never plays for any jam. So Astik and Funny, I contacted them. They were like, yeah, cool. So again, it's a very big process. You have to select a turntable. We have to, because I had zero knowledge. I didn't know anything about this world called turntables. So I was struggling. I ordered from Amazon. I ordered because I ordered it for the third Blame It on the Boogie. I ordered, it came, I burnt it. I didn't even know that it is burnt. I was like, abhi on hoega, kab on hoega, kal on hoega. I was like waiting for it. Then I returned it back. I thought there's some damage with the machine. I returned it back. Another turntable came. They exchanged it. Another turntable. I burned that again. I still didn't know what's happening. I didn't even know that this is getting burnt. I was like, something is wrong. I sent it back. I got another turntable. Even that I burnt. But this time I thought it's already time. Blame It on the Boogie was nearing. So I had to practice, I had to learn. So I decided, aisa nahi hoga. I took that turntable. I asked my friend, his name is Kumar, he's also called as Sahil. He plays local parties. So I asked him, what shall we do about this? He's another dopest technician I've ever met. That guy told me, see, if you are ready to lose your warranty, we will go and check it. Once we open it, no one will take it back. So I was like, okay, gaya to gaya 40,000, let's do it. I did it. And apparently that technician told me, dude, you have been burning these turntables from day one, because the turntables which you are getting are 120 watts. And here in India, we use 220 watts. So I connected it directly and that got burnt. So there I understood my mistake. And after that, I got the sound card. I slowly bought everything. But the song was not playing. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा what was happening, what is this happening, why is this happening. I had no idea. I contacted again Astik. He helped me. He told me do this, do that. It didn't work. I contacted Funny. Even he helped me. It didn't work. So ultimately, I contacted DJ Kanai. DJ Kanai is one of the dopest hip hop artists from our city. Basically, everybody in India knows him. So I contacted him. Earlier, I used to text him. And he never replied me back. So this time I had no option, because if I had to learn this, I had to carry all that to Astik, who lives in Delhi, or Funny, who lives in Chennai. There was no one near Hyderabad or nearby. So I contacted him and I wrote him a very big message. Bro, you have to help me. I told him what all I have. The next minute he replied. He was like, okay bro, tell me, should I come to your place or will you come to my place? I was so happy. And then I was actually not well on that day. I was unwell. However, I took all my stuff. I reached his place. He was the one who actually taught me how to switch on a turntable, how to scratch, what is what on turntables. So big ups to him for helping me out, and so that's how my journey started. Hip hop of Hyderabad, yes, so much of love, man, so much of love. These guys like my music. These guys practice on my music. They listen to me, and for me, Hyderabad doesn't have any negative vibes for dancing. Let it be in dancing, let it be beatboxing or rapping or anything. They don't have negative vibes. But if you see in other cities, the negative vibe is higher than the positive vibe. But in Hyderabad, I think I don't even see the negative vibe starting yet. It didn't start yet. So it should be the same. It will help us. And my another suggestion is, like Povan tells, each one teach one. So we should do that. We should keep teaching people so that the scene grows. Because ultimately we will get old. We need new people. When there are no new people, which means we don't have future of hip hop in Hyderabad. So we need new people. So teach people. It's not that you have to force them. This is an amazing art form. Hip hop is a lifestyle. You just show it to people and they'll anyways grab it. So I would suggest Hyderabad dancers. There are many good dancers. I would suggest them to actually talk to people, dance, show them what's what. There are many people in Hyderabad who are doing an amazing job by inspiring people. Like XT is an amazing dancer who inspires people. Arun Aloysius is known as D2AE, inspires people. For that matter, outside Hyderabad, if you see, from Mumbai, Bunny is another amazing b-boy. He inspires people. There are many b-boys and many dancers who inspire people. So you have to listen to everything. When a person talks, you have to listen to everything, and ultimately it's up to you what you want to take, what you don't want to take. So I would suggest Hyderabad people to just follow Povan. Each one teach one. Teach it. Do it for the love of it. Money will come and go. Money is there. I understand. Everybody needs money. I understand that. But ultimately, if you don't teach your new kids, if you don't teach the new people, this money will not come. Nothing will come behind you. Everything will vanish. So right now, our Hyderabad's hip hop scene is like that. Earlier we had 50 dancers. Now we have 25 dancers. According to me, at least half of the scene is dead. It might be because of cult, it might be because they are doing some business, or it might be anything. But they are investing less amount of time in dancing. That means the dancer is dying slowly. The more time you invest, the more you practice, the more you grow. So I would suggest you guys to invest time, work on what you guys are good, don't leave, and work on what you guys are bad. Don't leave that too. So that's my message, brother.